Same position type. Let's go John Collins now.
Excited.
All right, so
All right.
before this offseason, we were in a really weird place where probably an extension didn't make sense. But we essentially made the choice that we could do better with our cap space this summer than next summer. And I mean, we ate into a lot of our flexibility in terms of signing other people outside of our team. So, I mean, we're perfectly willing to make you a good deal, make you a good offer, and come to an agreement here. Yeah, we'll definitely recognize how much you've improved on offense, or you've took some real steps to get kind of around average on defense, but on offense, and you were a 40% three-point shooter on good volume. A lot of people probably don't realize that when they just know you for highlight dunks and stuff. I mean, you're a really good shooter, not just corner threes too, above the break, top of the key. Yeah, we're super high on you. That's why we're not, even though we're paying Gal a lot of money, we're starting you over him. And I think we'll go ahead and just start it off with, I mean, what are you thinking first?
I'm worth a max.
Oh, I don't know about that. We do want to pay you pretty well, though. So what if we started it at around, like, definitely more than the Miles Turner, Sabonis, more than what it was rumored that Lauri Markkanen was being offered. What if we started it around 4 for 90?
Yeah, I wrote down 4 for 100 as something that I think is fair for both sides. I guess when I heard the Gallo news, I was kind of like what the hell? And now he's our highest paid player, and he's my backup. Like, that just, I don't know, it didn't sit well with me. But the first couple of preseason games, I like the idea of playing me as like a small ball 5. But with Capella and drafting a Kongwu super high, I don't know how many minutes at the center position they'll really be there for me. And I see myself more as a 4, and I think I could be really good with the current iteration of this team. And yeah, I mean, I guess I will concede that I'm probably I'm one tier lower than those 4 guys that have signed for the max so far, but I don't think I'm that much lower. And I think I'm gonna have a really great year this year. And I think anything under 25 million a year, I feel like I could just have a really good year and get something close to a max next summer. I think I bring a skill set that a lot of teams want to have.
Well, if we're hitting free agency this summer after this past season, you might be right, but we're just not sure that you'll be able to produce some of the accounting stats that might lead to an offer like that. I mean, we're loaded now, multiple ball handlers, like you said. Our highest paid player is your backup, and I mean, we're a super deep team. We probably have 12 people who think they're going to want to play. Obviously, you're a starter, and you can play multiple positions for us. We have a lot of different ways to use you. And a high-end starter at that. To throw out another comp, though, like looking at just Clint Capella, who's the starting center on this team, he got like 16 a year. We think you're better than what he was when he got his extension. But I mean, we think that 90 million range, that's a good bit more than what everyone, like some of those other guys we mentioned, were making. We would be willing to go up a little, though, because we don't want to lose you. Like, we really value you. I mean, we could do 4 for 90 4 for like 94 as the floor and have it reach maybe all the way up to like 104. But we would make it pretty steep there. Pretty steep incentives.
Yeah, I guess I just feel like even if my counting stats aren't like, like what was it, like the 23 and 10 that I had last year, there's smart teams that could see that I'm very valuable. Like, for example, like I could see the Spurs offering me a max next summer. Like that's the kind of team that I think my skill set would be used well there. I think they would understand my value. And I mean, I guess you could match it, but I just feel like I'm really like, I understand why it's kind of laughable that I say like, oh, I'm a max player, because I feel like only this past year did I really show that, and I had the PED thing. But I mean, I just I just feel like anything lower than 25 a year, I feel like if I accept this, 4 for 94, and then I prove like I'm like a surefire max player, then it's just like a severe underpay.
Well, I don't know about severe underpay.
I mean, the max is like 4 for like 130 or something like that.
Yeah, so a couple million a year. I don't know. It's just from our point of view, like we said, we're super deep this year, and this is probably the best year to choose security over haggling over a few extra million with everything going on in the world. And I mean, what happens if you have to miss a whole month or something because of a COVID outbreak on our team, or if you catch it? And what if you look at Montrezl Harrell, he was looking at maybe 15 million plus. He caught COVID, got out of shape, and that's just the lasting taste that's in everyone's mouth. And he got 2 years of the MLE, and obviously we think you're way better than him, but that is the reigning sixth man of the year. Another comp we were going to bring up was Aaron Gordon, who was saying he was a max player too. I mean, he ended up getting like 4 for 70 something. We just think it's really risky for us to give you a max, and we're just not 100%. I mean, we're way less confident than you that there's going to be offers that maybe even like we don't even know if you'll be able to get this on the open market with just. I mean, we think you'll get around what we're offering, but I mean, I don't think it's more than a 50% chance that there's a max deal out there waiting. I mean, we'll do 4 for 94, maybe make it easy to get to 4 for 100, but that's probably the most we can do. I mean, we at least need a little bit of security on our end.
Yeah, you bring up a good point about how if there's any time to lock in this amount of money, it's now in terms of where we are with everything. Yeah, I mean, I want to be with the Hawks long term, but I'll say this: if you offered 4 for 100 guaranteed, I'd take it right now. Anything less, I feel like I'm just cutting myself short. I mean, it's a pretty sizable amount between if I take the 94 and what a potential max or even close to a max would be. So 4 for 100. If it's anything less, I'm a restricted free agent, and yeah.
Oh, all right. I'll step out of character real quick. Oh, this is so tough because I just don't want to go any higher. But I mean, am I really gonna not? I'm like talking myself through it right now too. Am I not gonna do this deal over 1.5 million a year? Like,
no, I see what you're saying, but it's like, the Hawks are not carrying over their cap space the next year. Like they kind of like this is their team moving forward, and this is like probably like the second most important player, in this whole thing for them. So yeah, I mean,
and I mean it's not crazy risk because, I guess I'll hop back into character. So we were a little scared of you hitting the open market and getting a max. So that's the risk. Like we said, we don't think it's that likely, but that is the risk from our point of view of not locking you into the 4 for 100. But I think I thought I came to a decision, but
I could do a team. I could do a player while you think. A little cliffhanger.
Yeah. You know what? Let's do that because I literally keep going back and forth.
I like this. Okay.
So real quick though, buddy, if after Sam does a player, if we're willing to do the 4 for 100, are we good to lock it in? Fully guaranteed?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll think on it.
Okay. So I'll do a guy now. So it seems to be a lot of point guards in this draft. Let's jump over to Derek White.
I can hop back in with Collins.
Yeah.
We decided we're gonna hold tight with our offer. If someone comes out and offers you a max, we hope that means you're a max player, and we'd be happy to match it. But we're gonna hold tight with 4 for 94 with some incentive to get it to 100.
See you in restricted free agency.
All right. Hope there's no hard feelings there. Let's see.
Yeah, so Collins was maybe the one I was most interested for. Like,
I thought we were gonna come to a
100
deal,
million.
honestly.
100 million seems like so much for Collins. You look at like Jaylen Brown got like 103 million or something, but that is probably like he's probably worth more than that. But then it's hard. Then you look at Buddy Hield and he got like 90 million or whatever, 86 maybe. So it's like, who do you really gauge it off of? But
And then, like,
100 million, I'd have to swallow hard to do that.
Aaron Gordon, Capella, those are two ones too. I'm like, how much better are you really than that guy? If you're even.
I actually think there's almost no chance Collins gets a max offer. Do you guys think he can?
I don't think so. I think one of the biggest
Collins
things too
thinks
is
he can.
that, yeah,
Collins thinks, yeah, I mean, that's fair.
I don't think he'll put up like the counting stats. I mean, but it only takes one, so